Joining us to take a look at this development in the Democratic Republic of Congo is Claude Gatebuke. He's an activist and co-author of the book Survivors Uncensored. He joins us live from Nashville, Tennessee in the United States of America. Good day to you, Claude, and thanks for joining us on NC Continental Prime.
Good evening, Benga. Thank you for having me.
Now, Claude, what's your reaction to this report that Rwandan troops have been fighting alongside the M23 rebels in the Democratic Republic of Congo's east?
My reaction is that the report is spot on. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a talk. It was a ceasefire or peace talk between it was held in Angola, and there were heads of governments. And the M23 complained, saying that they were not represented at the meeting that was making decisions about them. And I remember writing on Twitter saying, no, the leader of the M23 was present at the meeting because it is Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda. When you look at what the M23, this current fight, not if we just for a second ignore that the previous M23 10 years ago in 2012 was led. It had logistics, financing. People were being recruited from Rwanda to fight and help the M23 fight in 2012. And Rwandan generals were named General James Kabarebe, General Charles Kayonga, and General Charles Nziza, who are advisors to the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. Now, if we look now, the report says, it shows that there are aerial evidence showing movement of troops from inside of Rwanda to reinforce M23 positions and to fight along the M23 positions.
And the report, yes, also said a solid evidence was gathered. So I guess it's quite a damning report. Now, Claude, this isn't the first time the Rwandan government will be accused of destabilizing activities in the Democratic Republic of Congo. 12 years ago, the United Nations published the Congo Mapping Exercise Report. Rwanda was identified as one of the perpetrators. To this day, none of the recommendations in that report has been implemented, and justice has not been served. So what's going on with the international community? There's clear evidence that Rwanda is interfering in the DRC, and nothing seems to be done about it. 12 years ago, there was a report. Another report came out yesterday. Why hasn't justice been served?
That's exactly what you're saying here is the reason why we continue to have a repeat of these events. The fact that justice has not been served, and the fact that the UN continues to release reports but not implement the recommendations of the UN exercise mapping report that was released in 2010 shows the hypocrisy of the international community speaking out of both sides of their mouths. They condemn with their mouths, but they do not take action to actually follow through on these recommendations. Had there been justice, had the perpetrators of the crimes documented in the UN mapping exercise report been held accountable, had there been a tribunal set up, which is one of the recommendations of the mapping report, there needs to be an international tribunal to try the perpetrators of the crimes. And these are major crimes. These are no small crimes. It's not people stealing chickens. This is people being massacred. Mass graves found in the Congo were the reason why they actually started the mapping report. The UN itself said that Rwandan troops, if taken to court, could be found to have committed genocide in the Congo. And today, the UN has not set up a court, have not implemented their own recommendations. In fact, when these reports come out, when the UN mapping report came out, the US, the Obama administration at the time, blocked the report from being released. We had to actually wage a whole campaign to have the report released. In 2012, when the M23 initial report came out, the US mission to the UN blocked it. We had to put up a campaign to have the report released. 10 years later, there's another report. There's been a bunch of other reports that show these invasions of Rwanda and Uganda into the Congo. In fact, Uganda itself has been found liable for reparations to the Congo for $350 million, but the International Court of Justice, the only reason why Rwanda was not pursued then is because Rwanda is not signatory to the court.
Yes, that is. Now, the Rwandan government has responded to this new United Nations expert report that accuses Rwanda of meddling in Congolese affairs and destabilizing and supporting M23 rebels. The Rwandan government responded through a spokesperson saying that the report contains unvalidated allegations and it's a tactic to distract from the real issues. And until the FDLR, that's the Hutu militia operating in the Congo, which they say operates in collaboration with the Congolese army, is addressed, security in the Great Lakes region cannot be achieved. How do you react to this statement by the government of Rwanda?
I'm not surprised at all. The government of Rwanda has denied going into the Congo on every occasion that they have been accused of being in the Congo, and the evidence has shown that they're in the Congo, to the extent that they even produced their own evidence that they were in the Congo. At one point, years ago, they were doing the same thing, denying that they were involved in the conflicts in the Congo, that they were invading the Congo, that they had troops in the Congo. But then, months later, held a ceremony to celebrate Rwandan troops returning from the Congo that they claimed were not in the Congo to begin with. So the denials by the government of Rwanda is expected. Even when the UN mapping report that we're talking about came out, the Rwandan government denied the allegations in there. The evidence is overwhelming. And also, this is kind of like, if you catch a thief stealing inside of your house, and they still deny that they actually committed, that they invaded your house.
Well,
and here's an example.
Yes.
Here's an example real quick. Rwandan troops, Rwandan soldiers have actually been caught in the Congo in recent months, fighting alongside the M23. And the parts of the Congo where the fighting is happening, if Rwanda wasn't backing them, there's no way anybody would be fighting in that place, because it would be causing insecurity inside of Rwanda itself.
Thank you very much, Claude Gatebuke, for your insights. We'll definitely look at this story in detail as the days pass by. Thank you, as always, for your insights.
Thank you so much for having me.